Hey, how is it going, everyone? So I was like, how do I start a road to rank for this season? We're about halfway through. I can't really find a deck, but then it dawned on me after doing that free-to-play Nero deck profile, after doing free-to-play to champion, show you guys that you can do it too. I kind of realized I really enjoy playing this deck. It's a lot of fun getting those interactions right, and yeah, I just enjoy it. So let's just upgrade it to the max and see how far we can take it. I don't know if we'll be road to 1k, maybe. I'll figure it out by the time I put the title in, but we're gonna get as high as we can with Nero. Devil Breaker should be fun. So what I'll do is we'll go over the deck. I'll show you guys what changes, what cards I added, a little bit why, and then we'll head in. I got 2 replays for today. Okay, for the deck, here it is in all its glory. It's gonna look very similar to the free-to-play one. We've got 2 of all our utility spells, Hake for a little extra destruction, Wall Jump to protect our units, Disarm to disarm opposing units, and Beast Cannon to dodge effects like Cruel Spikes. That's not what it's called. But the one that destroy based on power, you can bump your guys a little bit up past the power, and even in the non-black matchups, you can make your MP boosters, a little bit stronger. So Disarm, of course, is for the seal, but he's only at 3 because I thought it wasn't there. It just felt like there wasn't a lot of cards that I really wanted to seal, and I would just get stuck in my hand a lot. And so I thought going down to 2 is fine. Of course, we've got Feline, Lair, and upgraded to Iris for our MP boosters. They are just fantastic. Iris is insane. There's a reason it's on the upcoming proposed ban list. What cards are going to be touched in March, along with Hoitzel. So we put him in too, because if these cards are going to get changed, assume that they're nerfed. That means they're broken, and we should play them. Duh. So Hoitzel and Rico are ascended cards. They're just huge for their costs, just really valuable. And then there's some interesting stuff. I don't know where to start. Let's start with the growth units. Okay, so we've got Basarios as a 4 cost and Edmund Honda as a 5 cost. So starting with Basarios, he's a little bit interesting. So when he growth 5, he turns into Gravios. So he becomes a new unit. He gets the new stats of that unit, so it's pretty useful because you can, do some damage with his first side and then flip him into Gravios. Let's get Gravios up. And then he becomes a 3/8, which is really good stats, especially when consider you played him for 4 originally. And he has another growth 5, deal 7 damage to a random enemy unit. So that can really help you take out pesky units. And you never really have to worry about growth in this deck because you do have the Ascends. Even if you're board locked, you can kind of get that last ascension in there. And Edmund Honda, though, this card originally came in for Nidhogg. If you guys watched the free-to-play deck, Nidhogg was like my win condition, but I just was like, I don't really... It just doesn't feel like it's doing enough. So I wanted a card that did a lot, and Edmund Honda fit the bill. So you guys don't remember what he does because he's not super used. He's growth 3, and then he does damage equivalent to his own attack to a random enemy unit. So he's a 3/6, which is like mediocre stats. But with Devil Breaker, you bump him up to a 6/6, and then growth 3 does 6 damage and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's insane damage. Look how freaking muscly this sumo guy is. Like, it really shows, especially when you get Devil Breaker on him. Yeah, this card has been absolutely fantastic, and the growth 3 is so easy to activate in this deck. Yeah, it's just free damage. I love it. And finally, the last tech card is Felicia, and this card is interesting because it's mainly for the black matchups. Because black, I think there's a pretty popular Dark Destruction deck going around, and then of course they play a lot of Alexias and a lot of 4 cost kills. So Felicia's bigger than all that. So they need something stronger to deal with Felicia. On top of that, she makes your whole board Felicia's. So there's a ton of 6 cost, weak static units, but just they apply a lot of pressure. They are pesky to get rid of, and they allow you to get Ascension off, even through like a lot of destruction. So she's super useful to have for that, and one has been perfect. So let me hit you with the deck code, and we will jump into some matches right now. Okay, so the first match I want to bring you all is this Shinku Hadoken match. Around the same skill level, so it's not a giant killer. It's all fair game. And just as a reminder, the key point, the number 1 point for this Ryu matchup, in general, and especially for green, is to keep multiple units on the field. That way their random damage effects and their split damage effects aren't always going to go the way they want it to. So we start ramping off Iris, and he's got that Rashid. That combo is going to do a lot of stuff to stop us. So I thought, you know what, one beast attack, especially because I don't need to save them from murderous spikes like the black matchups, will help me trade with this Rashid. Unfortunately, his Ryu will have something to say about our Iris, and I'm like, I really want to save this Gravios, but it's not going to happen. And a Valstrax, that's a little rough. So activate our Devil Breaker. Could have been a little bit faster. I might have been able to squeak in a Devil Breaker right there, which is what I'm trying to do here, because I figure, it'll kill Valstrax, it'll splash onto the Ryu. This guy is big brain. He must have been hovering that, thinking like, oh, he's probably gonna Devil Breaker here. Let me hover my Hadoken so I can hit it right after he double triggers. So well played by him, well played. But I'm like, I gotta get rid of that Valstrax. That agility, that flight, it needs to stop. So we just drop our Hoitzel there, the anti-air on the defense. Even if it doesn't attack, all it needs to do is stop the Valstrax, if we're being honest. And then beast attack, just using that mana. And let's recover a little bit. Take out the Ryu because it only has 1 HP. We're almost back to another Devil Breaker, so we can definitely use that to our advantage. Especially against this Ken, because we got Honda Sumo. That's probably not a cool thing to do. Maybe I should rethink that. Anyway, so yeah, you saw Honda going in, taking out the Lagika, and then we Ascend Rikuo, which does 6 damage on Honda's Ascend Sumo, and boom, look at that huge lead. He plays something to block the Honda, so it's been long gone. I just keep talking like he's still there, and we just got a huge advantage here, at least I think. So look at that. You see that's what I'm talking about, that split damage. All right, BB Hood comes into play, doesn't kill anything at all. We get the Ascend, instantly kill it, and now he is in panic mode, absolute panic mode. Has to Hadoken the Hoitzel, doesn't even kill it, also has to drop a blocker. That's huge value for this guy right here. And now what I basically don't want to do, I don't want to waste this Ascension, you know what I mean? Or not Ascension, I don't want to waste the growth. It's 7 damage, so take that free 7 damage when the next thing he plays. Just get an Iris, get my MP, start flowing again. And there's a Chill Penguin. I'm like, I don't want to deal with Chill Penguin. Seal, disarm that penguin. Disarm that pesky penguin, alright? So we disarm him, probably gonna, take him out on the defense too. Just like that, using our Devil Breaker. And then we've got huge damage on the swing back. 3, boom, 2. Well, he blocks it with the BB Hood, but it's cool. And now, we're sitting in a real good spot. I could drop a Honda to defend, and he could have Shinko'd that Gravios, but he decided he wanted to die, and we take that game. Yeah, Nero. Pretty good, pretty solid. And this next game is going to be against Ouroboros Wesker. Now this game I was a little bit nervous about because I know Ouroboros Wesker has like an insane top end that bring cards back so much value. So I'm hoping that I can close it out quickly, or at least put myself in the position where I can finish things out with without too much trouble. So that's why I go with the Basarios. I've been calling him wrong the whole time. Basarios, because I can get some 2 damage hits in, and then if he decides to play some blockers, I can flip it and get advantage that way. So now he's got a Gormagala, and my thought process is to kill it with my Gravios flip. So that is what we go ahead and do. Feline into Huitzel, flipping it up. Now I realize I could have just Huitzeled the first thing, and that probably would have been fine. But you know, you see those different play lines doing the replay, watching your replays. That's why it's so important, guys. That's why it's so important. So here we go for something cheeky. I want the Tyrant. I want the Feline to hit after my Gravios, so the Tyrant dies and we still have the power, and I don't lose the Feline, but it doesn't work out. So I was like, crap. That was kind of a waste Devil Breaker, but I guess we got 4 damage out of it. And then you saw that Akuma. We just take him out with Honda. Sumo. Dude, the sumo power is too strong. So I was like, alright, I feel so good about this. And then he's like, yeah, right, living death. Piece your field. Luckily, he only has Akuma and Gormagala in his field. And I was like, okay, well, this Gormagala has got to go because I really don't want it to level up. So, unfortunately, because they're attack timers at the same time, I couldn't wait for the Feline to get a hit in and then flip Huitzel like I would have hoped. But it's okay because Huitzel's got mad power combined with Devil Breaker. One shot that Gormagala. Or the Shiguru Magala. I can't talk. And then we're just going for positive trades. Like, I want to get rid of that Gormagala on the bottom, but he's got Desperate Act. He's healing up. We got him down to 4 HP earlier, and now he's at 15. Ugh. So what I'm trying to do is, the way I envision this game is that Huitzel in the center. I was like, the rest of these lines is looking rough, but the Huitzel in the center is still a powerhouse. He's still got 4 HP. That's pretty good. As long as I can keep him afloat, I think I can take this game down. So he goes for a rebirth. I keep him alive, keep putting the shields on that center, and just to plow through whatever he's got. And Akuma gets rebirth, plow through that. Unfortunately, we get splash damage from the top Shagaru and kills our 2 lanes. So, but you guys might want to rewind a bit for that play, because I notice, you know, you're like, oh, how do I block this Magala? How do I deal with it? Well, we had 14 out of 15. We can play the Gravios, play Devil Breaker on the Gravios, and then flip it so we reset all the stats after losing some HP. So feeling pretty good. And now here, I maybe could have just used the Gravios growth effect, but I didn't. And I'm like, ugh. So I go for Felicia's, which should take care of the 2 lanes there. Unless he does something funky, you know what I mean? Like a Murderous Spikes. So I figure, let's use Hake, just get some value before this thing dies. So we'll take out 1 Gormagala. So I'm okay with that. And this poor man, dude, keeps rebirthing Akumas. I think that's really, you know, looking back at the game, I think that's really what cost him, or what really kind of didn't work out for him, because every time those Akumas come back, their low HP is just really not doing anything against my units. And as you can see here, Honda takes care of Akuma yet again. Sumo. And I'm just chilling. Similar to last game, I don't want to waste this last growth effect, and he just cruel games. So I'm glad I didn't commit another unit to the field. We'll keep things aggressive here, play another layer, keep it going, play our feline, get the MP rolling, and then be like, oh, wait a second, what if he plays another tyrant here? I lose both MP boosters. That would be bad news. So we go for the Rico. I don't want to lose all that value on the field and then just be stuck with a really awkward hand. Luckily, ends up being pretty awkward for him. He goes for the obliteration, which, you know, if you think about it, is a 6 for 6, so not too bad, not too shabby. Whew, man, this is a tough one. Like, we're both there, and oh, you see that? What just blew up? The Ouroboros. It was another Akuma, being his highest cost card in his graveyard. He dropped it again, and Lair just blew it up, and all it did was take out his shield. So pretty unfortunate for him there. It almost would have been better if the Lair, sorry, not the Lair, if it had gone to a different lane. So now we have this big 15-7, and I figure, you know what does 7 damage in my deck? Gravios growth. Let's get it popping. We popped it, and just like last time, we're setting up 3 lanes, making it hard for him to block. We actually are running out of cards here. 0 cards left in deck. My hand is missing a card, and then 3 of them are spells. He's got the obliteration. I'm like, oh crap. Hopefully these ones will go through. He plays a blocker. I've got Hake to take it out, but he's got Selfish Predation to gain life. That'll keep him alive. And I'm like, oh crap. Well, I should at least not give him the MP. So he goes for another Selfish Predation, get a little MP back. Hopefully it'll keep him in the game. But I seal it again. So at least, you know, what we're going for is just don't get the MP back. Don't get a revenge zombie back in your deck. I don't want to deal with those guys. I don't want to deal with them because now you got 10 life. Well, you get 3 life now, you know, back to 3. So let's play our last card in our whole deck, Honda, and set up another Devil Breaker so he has 2 lanes to block and not a lot of time to do it and not a lot of MP to do it. And we take it clutch. Right before we lost all our cards. It was a pretty long game, but I hope you guys were on the edge of your seat as we went through it. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. After our grinding, we ended up around here, 1,700 points, 1,200 rank. Feeling pretty good about it. We'll go for 500 this season. I'm loving the Nero deck. I'm enjoying it. Gotta shoot for those next limits. We did 1K last season. Let's go for 500 this season, see how difficult it'll be. And hope you all enjoyed the matches along with me. We got to learn some watching the replays. We had some fun. And let me know if you prefer commentary like I did today, or kind of more like live matches where I'm playing while I'm talking on the video. I would just love to know what you guys enjoy watching the most, brings you the most value. Yeah, sounds good. All right. I'll be back on the grind. Keep on learning, keep on having fun. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.